Welcome to the deep dive. You know, we often assume pain is just pain. That if something hurts, it hurts everyone the same way. But today, we're diving into something quite surprising. How much your age and your biological sex can actually change your whole experience of pain.
It's a really important topic because pain is universal, sure, but how we perceive it, that's incredibly individual. We'll be talking about two key things. Pain threshold, that's the point where something starts feeling painful to you. And pain tolerance, which is how much pain you can actually handle. These aren't static, they shift quite a bit.
Right. So where does this journey start? Let's go right back to the beginning. It turns out newborns, infants, they're surprisingly sensitive. In fact, research suggests they might feel pain more intensely than adults. Their thresholds can be, 30 to 50% lower? That seems huge.
It is huge. And it's physiological. The pain detectors, the nociceptors, they're present really early on. Pain pathways are fully formed by 24 to 30 weeks gestation. But the key difference in infants is their descending pain inhibitory systems. Those are like the body's natural pain blockers.
Okay, so they don't have the brakes yet.
Exactly. Those systems are immature. This makes preterm infants especially vulnerable and sustain pain early on. It might even impact brain development long term.
Wow. Okay, so that's infancy. What happens as we get older, when we hit adulthood? You mentioned sex differences become clearer then.
Yes, especially during the reproductive years. There's a pretty consistent finding, actually. Women generally tend to have lower pain thresholds compared to men. This is across different types of pain, like pressure, heat, even electrical stimuli.
So women feel pain starting at a lower intensity?
Often, yes. Now, pain tolerance, how much you can endure, the results there are a bit more mixed. It seems to depend more on the specific type of pain.
Okay, so why the difference in thresholds mainly? What's going on biologically?
A lot of it seems to come down to hormones. Testosterone in males seems to have some protective effects. It can limit pro-inflammatory signals, for example, and kind of dampen certain pain pathway signals.
And for women, estrogen.
Right. Estrogen fluctuations seem key. Pain sensitivity often peaks during the premenstrual phase, when estrogen levels drop, and also around ovulation that's linked to lower heat pain thresholds specifically. But interestingly, more stable hormone levels, like during the luteal phase, might actually be protective.
It's fascinating how dynamic it is. Okay, so we've covered infants being more sensitive and adult differences linked to hormones. What about later in life? Aging, does it just keep getting more sensitive? Or is there another twist?
There's definitely a twist. It's almost a paradox with aging. Pain thresholds actually tend to increase significantly as we get older.
Increase. So older adults need more intense stimuli to even feel pain.
Exactly. Studies show this particularly for things like heat stimuli, so they might not register pain as quickly.
But you said it's a paradox. What's the downside?
Well, the trade-off is that even though the threshold is higher, older adults often show reduced pain tolerance once pain starts. And they can experience prolonged periods of hyperalgesia that's increased sensitivity after the initial stimulus.
So they might miss the warning sign, but when the pain hits, it hits harder and lasts longer. That sounds dangerous.
It can be. They might miss early signs of injury or illness because that initial threshold is higher. But the subsequent pain experience can be more severe and prolonged. There's even neuroimaging research suggesting changes in brain connectivity play a role in this.
Okay, let's bring this back to the listener. What's the practical takeaway here? Whether you're dealing with your own pain or maybe caring for someone else, the big message seems to be pain just isn't one size fits all. It's really personal.
Absolutely. And that's why personalized care is so crucial. We really need pain assessments, medication doses, management strategies. All of it needs to consider age and biological sex. It means, not dismissing reported differences in pain, especially between genders, and giving infant pain the immediate, specific attention it clearly needs.
So our whole understanding is shifting. We're moving away from a generic idea of pain towards something much more nuanced, considering biology, age, hormones, even genetics and environment. It's complex.
Yeah, it really is. And it makes you think, doesn't it? If something as fundamental as pain perception is so deeply shaped by our biology right from the start, what does that really mean for how we approach things like empathy? Or how we deliver medical care? Or even just how we understand our own unique experiences in the world? Something to ponder.